So let us touch properties of alkenes. That is physical and chemical properties. First of all, take the notes. Physical properties and physical properties. Physical properties, boys. Note on each and every point. Alkenes with C2, minimum number of carbons. First carbon with alkene with first carbon not exists. Minimum number of carbons in alkenes is 2. So C2 to C4 at room temperature gases. C2 to C4 gases. C5 to C17 liquids. C5 to C17 liquids. Greater than or equal to C18 solids at room temperature. At room temperature, these are the physical states of alkenes and physical states of alkenes. Okay. Next point. Except C2H4, except C2H4, others are colorless and odorless. Others are colorless and odorless, except C2H4. So C2H4, this one has pungent odor. Pungent odor. C2H4 has pungent odor. Next point. As the number of carbon atoms increases, as the number of carbon atoms increases, boiling points, melting points, and specific gravity also increases. As the number of carbons increases, boiling point, melting point, specific gravity also increases, boys. Next, boiling point of alkene is greater than that of alkane, corresponding alkane. Boiling point of alkane. These are all observed facts. Okay. So that means alkenes are less volatile than alkanes. It is less volatile. It is more volatility. Volatility means easy to evaporate. Less volatile and more volatile. Alkenes are less volatile. Next and most important, boiling point of cis is greater than that of trans. Boiling point of cis alkene is greater than that of trans due to high polarity, because cis has more mu value due to high polarity. Due to high polarity, cis alkenes are more boiling point than that of corresponding trans alkanes. Okay. Next, melting point of trans greater than cis. So because of symmetry, due to symmetry in all trans condition, symmetry in trans. Due to symmetry in trans, melting point of trans is greater than that of cis. So these are all general physical properties, boys. Please keep in mind. Please keep in mind. Let us start with chemical properties. Those are very, very, very important. Let us discuss one by one chemical properties, boys. So next subheading, chemical properties. Next subheading, chemical properties. Chemical properties. Boys, what are chemical properties? When that substance reacts with another substance, what type of products are formed, what type of reactions that takes place, all those are considered as chemical properties. What about the chemical reactions? What about the reactivity? All those we are going to discuss, boys. Chemical properties. See here, boys, alkenes, alkenes, see here, alkenes means there is a double bond between carbon and carbon. This is alkene. So between carbon and carbon, there is one sigma bond, one pi bond. There is one sigma bond, one pi bond. Here, pi bonds is weak. Pi bond is weak. So because of that weak pi bonds, alkenes are more reactive when compared to alkanes. Alkenes are more reactive when compared to alkanes. That means the chemical reactivity of alkenes is more than that of alkanes. First point, alkenes are more reactive than alkanes. As a pi bond is present in alkenes, a weak pi bond is present in alkenes, boys. Because of this weak pi bond, alkenes are more reactive. Alkenes are more reactive. Next, here this pi bond is easy to break, boys. Okay, if you break this pi bond, so here one pi bond is ready to convert into two sigma bonds. One pi bond is converted into two sigma bonds. It is bond cleavage, pi bond cleavage. That needs some energy. Easy to break because there is weak bonds. Here, one pi bond is going to be break that converts into two sigma bonds to that adjacent carbons. So that means it is unsaturated, boys, because of pi bond. It is unsaturated. This unsaturated alkane, it is unsaturated. This is unsaturated. This unsaturated double bond is converted into saturated component. So what type of reactions that takes place? That means, so these groups as it is, if a group is added, that is added to pi bond end. That is why here addition reaction takes place. Addition reactions in alkenes, addition reactions are most important reactions. Alkenes generally involved in addition reactions because of unsaturation. So during this addition reactions, these unsaturated compounds are converted into saturated compounds. Here, one pi bond is changed to two sigma bonds. One pi bond is changed to two sigma bonds. Okay, to break this pi bonds, that pi bond cleavage may be homolytic cleavage or heterolytic cleavage. Breaking of the pi bonds leads to either homolytic cleavage or heterolytic cleavage. Maybe radicals are formed or ions are formed depending on the cleavage. That means this bond cleavage may be homolytic or heterolytic. Bond cleavage may be homolytic or heterolytic, boys. So homolytic cleavage, boys, generally homolytic cleavage takes place in non-polar solvents. Non-polar solvents like CCl4, C6H6, etc. These are non-polar solvents. In presence of non-polar solvents, homolytic cleavage takes place. Wherever homolytic cleavage takes place, so homolytic cleavage, we know help wise. Under help condition, that means heat, electricity, light, peroxides. Under these conditions, homolysis takes place. Wherever homolysis takes place, automatically that pi bond is homolytic cleavage and gives two unpaired electrons. It is a diradical is the productant. So during homolysis, during homolytic cleavage, so diradical is the intermediate. That diradical then converts into product side. That is the diradical. If heterolytic cleavage takes place, heterolytic cleavage, this heterolytic cleavage generally in polar solvents. In polar solvents, this heterolytic cleavage takes place, boys. Polar solvents, nothing but water, alcohol, like that. Okay. Example, water. Polar solvents. Next, particularly, it is, boys, heat means at high temperature. At high temperature, homolysis. At low temperature, heterolysis takes place. At low temperature, heterolysis. At high temperature, homolysis takes place. If heterolysis takes place, automatically here carbon with plus, carbon with minus are formed. Carbon with plus and carbon with minus are formed. These are nothing but a cation and anion. It is charged species. Charged species are formed. So this is what happened when bond cleavage takes place. What happened when bond cleavage takes place? That means there may be homolytic cleavage, there may be heterolytic cleavage. Homolytic cleavage leads to diradical, heterolytic cleavage leads to charged species. That means one carbon gets positive charge, one carbon gets negative charge. Based on that, further reactions are taking place. Here pi bond cleavage, here pi bond cleavage. Wherever pi bond is there, addition reactions take place. Twice, all the available addition reactions are broadly divided into three types. So an addition reaction takes place with the help of an electrophile may start, a nucleophile may start, a radical may start. Addition reaction may started with an electrophile. So addition reaction starts with an electrophile, that is called as electrophilic addition reaction. If it starts with a nucleophile, that is called as a nucleophilic addition reaction. So starts with a free radical, that is a free radical addition reaction. Okay, all these are possible. Mostly alkenes are involved in electrophilic addition reactions. Mostly alkenes are involved in electrophilic addition reactions. Wherever unsaturation is there, automatically that is converted into, those are involved in addition reactions. Wherever addition reactions takes place, so in case of alkenes, electrophile starts that addition reaction. That is why it is called as electrophilic addition reactions. Most of the reactions are electrophilic addition reactions, boys, in alkenes. Let us discuss one by one with mechanisms. Okay. Subheading, boys. Electrophilic addition reactions. So first one is first example, boys. I will explain with the mechanism. The first one, and that is addition of halogens and H2. That means Cl2, Br2, like that. Addition of halogens, particularly X2 in the presence of CCl4. X2 in the presence of CCl4. The best example for that one is Br2 in CCl4. Br2 in CCl4. This is addition reaction, boys. So halogenation, addition of halogen under CCl4. CCl4 is the non-polar solvent. Okay, let us discuss one by one. how that halogen involved in the reaction. Boys, here we have F2 in the presence of CCl4, Br2 in the presence of CCl4, Cl2 in the presence of CCl4, and I2 in the presence of CCl4. These are the reagents, boys. Among these reagents, the order of reactivity is chlorine is much more reactive than bromine, which is more reactive than chlorine, that is more reactive than iodine. It is the order of reactivity, boys. It is the order of reactivity. So addition of chlorine is too much reactant. It is exothermic, and too fast end. That is why frequently we are not using it. Okay. I2, it is very slow, boys. In this case, it is very slow and reaction. Slow. This one also not used, boys, in here. So mostly used one, these two are mostly used. Mostly used these two, that is bromination or chlorination. Okay, let us take an example. Example, boys. When alkene C double bond C reacts with Br2 in the presence of CCl4, that gives Br. This is, boys, that is weak dihalide. Weak dihalide is the product, boys. Boys, please observe. This is a trans addition. So this is always trans or anti-addition. It is better to go. Anti-addition takes place. Anti-addition, please be conscious. Addition of Br2 or halogen is always anti-addition to C double bond Cn. Anti-addition. Please be conscious. Now, what is the mechanism behind this? What is the mechanism? Boys, here also CAR, if cis compound is taken, anti-addition gives racemic mixture. TAM, trans compound is taken, addition reaction, meso is the product. All those are applied here. TAM, CAR, all those are applied. We know everything. Okay. Now, what is the mechanism for this one? Mechanism for this reaction. Mechanism for this reaction. See here. Boys, this is alkene. This is alkene. This is Br2. Br2 means Br bonded with Br. Okay. So this Br2 is added to, because so it is electron rich condition. Wherever electron rich is there, that one acts as nucleophile. This one acts as nucleophile because it is electron rich area. The pi bonds are there. Those pi bonds are weak and ready to donate. Okay. So these pi bonds are donated to that electron pair to bromine. This one acts as electrophile, boys. Our bromine acts as electrophile. Our substrate acts as nucleophile. Nucleophile. So because of that, C, single bond C. Okay, that means it is double bond, boys. This Br2, this is the Br2. That Br2 may be added for this carbon or this carbon. Either of these two carbons is added. This Br2 is coming out as Br minus. That Br2 coming out as Br minus. Because of this, a cyclic transition state is developed, boys. A cyclic transition state. How is that? See here, C is single bond C. Here, a bond Br. That one gives a cyclic transition state, boys. See here. Bromonium iodide minus Br minus. Bromide ion is going out. That Br plus is nothing but It is nothing but electrophile, boys. Electrophile gives first a cyclic component. Cyclic compound. So it is a cyclic with halogen positive. It is nothing but cyclic halonium ion. So that cyclic halonium ion is produced. Okay. Now, boys, see here. It is almost positive. Positive. So it is now Br minus. A second Br is coming as backside attacker. So because it is a ring condition, this Br minus attack to this one as a backside attacker. Backside attacker. Backside attack takes place because of that. So it is nothing but anti-addition, boys. Backside attack, nothing but anti-addition gives, finally gives our productant. That is this one. C single bond C. So if this one is attached here, this bromine is here. Okay. So this is here. So now this Br is coming here. It is Br, boys. Halonium ion. It is Br. It is Br. This is our productant. It is nothing but anti-addition. That is nothing but anti-addition. It is very, very, very important. Okay. So it is very, very, very important. See here, boys. See here. That means here a lone pair, that is pi bonds. See here. This pi bond is donated to this Br. This electron pair is donated to this Br and Br2 molecule. This is our Br2 molecule, boys. A donation takes place. This pi bond is between the. So that electron pair from alkene is donated to Br2 molecule. So that means in Br2 molecule, empty orbital required to accommodate the accepted electron pair. Empty electrons. That empty electrons are nothing but pi star antibonding orbitals of Br2 molecule, boys. That means this donated electron pairs accepted by this bromine. Okay. So where that accepted electron pairs are accommodated, that is sigma star, not pi star, it is sigma star. So note down this point. Boys, it is step 1. It is step 1. That is step 2. And it is a 2-step mechanism. It is a 2-step mechanism. Next. See here, note this point. Note point. Here pi electrons. Here. So I'm writing at the top and please wait. Here pi electrons donated to sigma star antibonding orbitals of Br2 molecule. Boys, we know MO diagram. So bonding to anti-bonding orbitals we know. So sigma star anti-bonding orbital is empty. So this donated, this accepted electron pair is accommodated by that Br2 at sigma star anti-bonding. Next point. CAR. If cis compound is taken, anti-addition takes place. Racemic mixture is the final product. TAM. Trans compound is taken, anti-addition, meso is the product. CAR, TAM are applicable. CAR, TAM are applicable, boys. Here. Next, the reaction generally carried out in non-polar solvents like CCl4, C6H6, etc. CCl4, C6H6, CS2, carbon disulfide. This is also non-polar, boys. So like that, that is why I'm taking CCl4 here. Non-polar solvents. Okay. Next one, boys. So addition of Br2 is a stereospecific and stereogenic. See here. Next point. Very, very, very important point. Addition of Br2 in CCl4 stereo specifically in one direction, the reaction takes place, boys. That is nothing but anti-addition. Anti-addition takes place, and particularly anti-addition, no cis addition. That means stereospecific. So specifically in one direction, the reaction takes place is called as stereospecific end. Next, and also stereoselective end. Stereoselective. Selectively, one product is formed in it. Okay. So selectively, one product means TAM, meso product, CAR, racemic mixture. Either racemic mixture or meso product is the final answer. So mixture is almost not possible, boys. So that means selectively one compound is formed, and that is considered as stereoselective. That is, product is meso or racemic end. So that means almost mixture of products are not possible, boys. Yes. Boys, stereospecific means specifically in one direction the reaction takes place. That is anti-addition. Bromination or halogenation is always anti-addition, boys. So that means stereospecific. Stereoselective means selectively one product is formed, either meso product or racemic mixture. So different combinations are not accepted here. So that is why bromination CCl4 is stereospecific and stereoselective. Okay. This is also very, very, very important. Okay, boys. Let us discuss some examples. Let us discuss some examples, boys. CAR-TAM applied. Please wait. I will explain with the examples. Already we know, boys. Here I am going to discuss the concept also. Now see here. Examples. Examples. See here, boys. C double bond C H PH. It is a PH H. Is this cis compound or trans compound? Is this cis compound or trans compound? Tell me. Waiting for you. Is this cis compound or trans compound? Yes, two pH are opposite sides. So these two same side. That is, it is a trans compound, boys. It is a trans alkene. It is a trans alkene. Now, so I am applying Br2 in CCl4. Br2 in CCl4. What is the product, boys? So Br2 CCl4 is always trans addition. Anti-addition. Anti-addition. That means trans compound, anti-addition, meso is the product, boys. Therefore, our answer should be meso compound. That means like this. H. So Br is added here. So that is Br, H. This is a pH, boys. This is pH. That means meso compound is the final product, boys. A plane of symmetry, optically inactive, meso component. Meso compound. Boys, is this, tell me, is this a trio-isomer or erythroisomer? Is this trio-isomer or erythroisomer? Tell me. Both the bromine same side, both the hydrogen same side. Trio or erythro? Isomers. Same side, erythro ending. Same side, erythrora. Erythro component. See here, I am taking trans compound, boys. Okay, Br addition in CCl4 is always anti-addition. It is anti-addition. So trans compound anti-addition gives meso compound. That is why I am giving answer as meso compound. For example, if cis compound is taken, C double bond C, PH, H, PH, H. It is a cis compound. So now Br2 in CCl4, cis compound, CAR is applied. See here, bromination, it is always anti-addition. Bromination CCl4 is always anti-addition. I am taking cis component. Cis compound anti-addition gives racemic mixture is the product, boys. Racemic mixture is the product. Okay. So now our answer is like this. PH, H, Br, Br, H, PH plus PH, Br, H, it is Br, H, PH. So it is enantiomeric mixture. Enantiomeric mixture. Enantiomeric mixture is nothing but racemic mixture and equimolar mixture. So finally it is 50% D form, R form, 50% S form, and 50% D, 50% R, 50% S. That is considered as racemic mixture. That is nothing but racemic mixture. So that is why I am explaining. So TAM, CAR both are applicable. So wherever it is applicable, automatically apply it, because our halogenation in CCl4 is always trans addition. That is anti-addition. Trans addition, which is nothing but anti-addition. Okay. See here, boys. It is erythro. It is a triora. It is a trioisomer set. So same group, similar groups opposite side. Similar groups opposite side. Trion. Let us discuss with different examples. Let us discuss with different examples. Take the examples. Different variety of examples. Same condition but different variety of examples. See here, example 2. Br2 CCl4. Br2 CCl4. Here addition takes place, boys. Both the bromines should be opposited. Both the bromines should be opposite, boys. That is why our answer is like this. Br plus boys, it is a cis compound. It is a cis. Wherever cis is there, that is the racemic mixture. That is the mixture. Enantiomeric mixture is formed. Enantiomeric mixture. So now cis, anti-addition, racemic mixture, enantiomeric mixture is the answer. Am I correct or wrong? Two compounds mixture is formed. Racemic mixture, boys. Okay. Enantiomers. Enantiomers. That is nothing but racemic mixture may be possible. Next. Example 3. Now Br2 CCl4, boys. Check your answer. Check your answer. Same type of compounds, but here this condition is applied. Those positions are not changed. Directions are not changed. So now my answer is hydrogen, methyl group. It is Br. It is Br plus hydrogen CH. Boys, these two positions are not changed. It is Br. It is Br. So this mixture is nothing but diastereomers, boys. Because of this, the condition is diastereomers. Diastereomers, not mirror images. Not mirror images. Those compounds are not mirror images, boys. So these are mirror images. These are mirror images, but these are not mirror images. Not mirror images. Isomers. That is diastereomers. These are diastereomers. Next. Next one. Try yourself. CH3. Br2 CCl4. Br2 CCl4. Try yourself, boys. First of all, see, boys, I am writing. So please, I will explain. Please wait. I will explain. Please wait. So this is double bond. Br2. It is Br. It is Br. Because it is in dashed lines, our another group should be in wedge line. Next, plus. Now it is dashed lines. Br. This is on wedge line, boys. If it is wedge line, that another alkyl group is in dashed line. Like this. These are the products. These are the products. These are nothing but enantiomers, mirror images to each other. These are enantiomers. These are nothing but enantiomers, boys. Check once again. Exactly mirror images to each other. Mirror images to each other. Enantiomeric mixture. Next, one more. Br2 CCl4. Tell me your answer, boys. Write your answer. Try yourself. I will write the answers. I will write the answers. Yes. Yes, correct. Correct. That is, its position is not changed, boys. It is fixed. It is fixed. Br, Br plus it is fixed Br, Br, Br. Once again diastereomers, boys. Diastereomers. Okay. Next. Different variety of examples, boys. And we will try. Six. It is Br2CCl4. Br2CCl4. Tell me your answer. See here, boys. These two are in the same side. This is and this one ending. Br is the answer. Addition reactions. Okay. Next. It is a diene, boys. Diene. This one reacts with Br2. NCCl4. Diene. Diene reacts with Br2. CCl4. See here, boys. The product may be here or here. And because of resonance, I'm taking this one as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So because of resonance, see here, it is jumped here and this one is here, boys. This one gets positive charge, this one gets negative charge. That means here Br is possible. It is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon. It is called as 1,4 addition. At 1,4 positions, Br is attached. 1,4 addition. Plus either this double bond or this double bond is involved in the reactions. That gives, it is I'm taking, it is Br, boys. It is a 1,2 addition. That means wherever dienes are there, 1,4 addition, 1,2 addition, both are possible. But 1,4 addition predominates 1,2 addition. Therefore, 1,4 addition product is a major, 1,2 is a minor. 1,4 addition is a predominant. 1,4 addition is a predominant. So that is very, very important towards dienes. Next. Next, one more example. See here. Br2 CCl4. This is also diene, boys. Find out your answer. This is also addition. Check your answer. 1,2 addition or 1,4 addition? 1,2 addition or 1,4 addition? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is double bond. It is Br. It is Br. Plus 1, 2 addition. It is 1,4. It is Br. It is Br. It is 1, 2 addition. It is 1,4 addition. It is a major end. It is major, boys. 1,4 addition product is major when compared to 1, 2 addition. Okay. This is about addition reactions, particularly Br2. Okay. Next boys, note this point. Just a minute. Okay, boys. Next, note points. Note points. If unsaturated compounds contains nucleophilic atom like oxygen, nitrogen, etc. Cyclization takes place. Cyclic compound is the final answer. Cyclization takes place. That means if unsaturated compound, that is our alkene, contains nitrogen, oxygen like heterogeneous atom, that is highly electronegative elements. So cyclization, let us take an example. See here. Example, boys. For example, this is OH. This is OH, boys. So CCl4, Cl2, CCl4. Cl2, CCl4. Okay. Now, what is the product? Actually, listen, boys. First of all, here chlorine, boys. Addition takes place. After that, removal of this one is possible at HCl. That's why a ring closing condition is possible. So finally, our answer is our answer is, see here. This is our answer, boys. Cl. Ring closure. So that is lactone rings. So in ring, oxygen is there. That is called as lactone. That is lactonization takes place. Next, one more example. For example, double bond water. This one reacts with chlorine, CCl4 and chlorine, CCl4. Boys, as usual, just like before. Here, chlorine, this hydrogen are going to be. So there is a ring formation takes place. So that gives. So C double bond Y is not affected by that chlorine, boys. Oxygen, ring closure, chlorine is the product. Okay. So here plus HCl are the products. So that means wherever nitrogen, oxygen, if unsaturated compound contains, automatically this type of ring closure reactions also takes place. Next, the most important case, boys, that means Br2CCl4. Always reacts with C double bond C. Am I correct? Br2CCl4 always reacts with CCl4. There is a C double bond C. Correct or wrong? Am I correct or wrong? Takes place or not? Yes or no? Br2CCl4. Bromination. Yes. Okay. Not only C double bond C, boys, C triple bond C also reacted with this Br2. Yes. Why? That is Br2CCl4. Note next point. It is note point 1. Note point 2. Note point 2. C double bond C, C triple bond C. These are nothing but unsaturated compounds. These unsaturated compounds reacts with Br2CCl4. Boys, this Br2CCl4 has brown color. This Br2CCl4 has brown color end. Okay, when Br2CCl4 reacts with this double bond or triple bond, the brown color disappears. The brown color disappears. That means wherever this brown color of bromine is disappeared, that is involved in the reaction, that is possible only with either C double bond C or C triple bond C. That is the test for unsaturation. Am I correct? If unsaturated, that is either C double bond C or C triple bond C there. So whether the compound has unsaturation or not, is the compound has unsaturation or not, that is tested with this Br2. So if brown color of Br2 is colorless, color discharge automatically, that is involved in the reaction. Wherever that is involved in the reaction, the compound may be either double bonded compound or triple bonded compound. No doubt, it is a test for unsaturation. Boys, with alkanes, this test is possible with alkanes, ANE. With alkanes, this test is possible or not possible? Is the color of bromine disappear or not? Is the color of bromine disappear or not with alkanes, ANE? No, but with alkenes and alkynes, the color of bromine disappear because addition reaction takes place. Because of that reaction, color disappears. Okay, so it is a test for alkenes. It is test for alkynes. That is a test for unsaturated compounds, boys. Unsaturated alkenes. Very, very, very important. Very, very, very important. Okay. Next. So this is about either chlorination or bromination in CCl4 boys. Let us discuss some more concepts. Before going to discuss that concept, we must know some information about addition reactions. That is Marconic of addition and anti-Marconic of addition. We must require. We must require. Okay. See here, boys. Listen. So during addition reactions, so this information is very, very important and required, boys. What is that? So if an unsaturated alkene, that is not unsaturated, if an unsymmetrical alkene reacts with a reagent, what type of reagent? Unsymmetrical reagent. What is unsymmetrical alkene? What is unsymmetrical reagent? First of all, see here. See here, boys. That is CH3, CH double bond CH2. CH3, CH double bond CH2. Okay. See here, boys. This is alkene. This is alkene. Is this alkene symmetrical alkene or unsymmetrical alkene? For example, if we cut this molecule into two pieces at C double bond C, equal parts are coming out or unequal parts are coming out? Tell me. It is unsymmetrical alkene. So this is CH3CH, this is C double bond. Please cut only at double bonded condition. Please cut only at C double bond C. Okay. So unequal parts are coming out. It is unsymmetrical. For example, CH3, CH double bond CH, CH3 boys. If we cut at C double bond C, equal parts are coming out. Equal parts. It is symmetrical alkene. Okay. This is unsymmetrical alkene. Unsymmetrical alkene. So please keep in mind symmetrical alkene and unsymmetrical alkene. Next, Cl2 boys, it is the reagent. It is the reagent. That means if it is involved in the reaction, if it is going to be cut, if it is cleaved, two chlorine atoms are coming out, either plus or minus, whatever it may be. But both the coming out, both these parts from a reagent are equivalent, are equal. For example, if HCl is I am taking, this is the reagent boys. This is another reagent boys. If we cut the bond between hydrogen and chlorine, equal species or unequal species are coming out. So hydrogen and chlorine are coming out. Unequal species. Chlorine and chlorine are coming out. Equal species. That is why this reagent is called as symmetrical reagent. It is a symmetrical reagent, boys. Okay. Now this is unsymmetrical reagent. Reagent means which is added to the C double bonds. Symmetrical reagent and unsymmetrical reagent. Symmetrical alkene and unsymmetrical alkene. We are going to discuss only about alkenes, not alkynes. Don't consider that. Alkenes. Okay. Now, my concept is when an unsymmetrical alkene reacts with an unsymmetrical reagent. An unsymmetrical alkene reacts with an unsymmetrical reagent. Which is major product, which is minor product? Let us discuss one by one. Okay. Our concept is when an unsymmetrical alkene reacts with unsymmetrical reagent. What is that? What is that product form? Which is major, which is minor? That is decided with Markovnikov rule and also anti-Markovnikov rule. Now we are going to discuss Markovnikov addition and anti-Markovnikov addition. Markovnikov addition and anti-Markovnikov addition. See here. Take subheading, boys. Markovnikov's addition. Markovnikov's addition. When it is applicable. So, unsymmetrical alkene reacts with unsymmetrical reagent. Then this Markovnikov rule is applicable. When an unsymmetrical alkene reacts with unsymmetrical reagent, Markovnikov rule is applicable. Markovnikov rule. What is that Markovnikov rule, sir? See here. Let us take an example. CH3, CH double bond CH2 boys. So boys, first of all, I am going to add H2. Is this H2 symmetrical or unsymmetrical? Tell me. Symmetrical reagent or unsymmetrical reagent? Yes or you? Yes or you? Symmetrical or unsymmetrical? Yes, it is symmetrical. Yes, symmetrical. So that means the product is CH3, CH, CH2. Here one hydrogen, here one hydrogen, boys. Wherever that hydrogen is, this is simple one. No alternative product. No alternative product. For example, when it reacts with the Cl2, now is this symmetrical or unsymmetrical? Is this symmetrical or unsymmetrical? Yes, symmetrical. Now, here one chlorine, here one chlorine is added. No doubt anti-addition, boys. No doubt it is anti-addition. Okay. Now the product is CH3, CH, CH2, Cl, Cl, and Cl, 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 Cl. Okay. So both the chlorines, no need to alternative product. For example, if HCl is added, HCl is added. Is this symmetrical or unsymmetrical? Is this symmetrical or unsymmetrical? HCl. Yes, unsymmetrical. So it is unsymmetrical reagent. It is unsymmetrical alkene. Both these are unsymmetrical. Now, see here, CH3, CH, double bond, CH2 boys. So here one bond, any two sigma bonds. If hydrogen is attached here and chlorine is attached here, now the product is 2-chloropropane or CH3, CH, CH2 boys. These are the bonds. If hydrogen is attached here, chlorine is attached here, 1-chloropropane, two different products are formed. It is not happening in previous two cases. Am I correct? This is not happening in previous two cases, boys, because both the chlorines single product, both the hydrogens single products. But if one hydrogen, one chlorine, different products are formed. Here it is 2-chloropropane. Two chloropropane. That one, it is 1-chloropropane. This is second one. Okay, that means the two different products are formed. Sir, which is major, which is minor? Wherever two products are formed, automatically major minor conditions are applied. Here no major, no minor, only one product. Here no major, no minor, only one product. But here major minor is required. That is decided with this Markovnikov rule. That means when an unsymmetrical reagent attacks to an unsymmetrical alkene, so which is major, which is minor is decided with Markovnikov rule. What is that Markovnikov rule, sir? So see here, boys. So this Markovnikov rule is nothing but electrophile. That means positively charged one. So generally, I am taking an example as H+. It is electrophile, boys. An electrophile added to that double bonded carbon, either here or here, where more hydrogens are there. Here this contains two hydrogens, here this contains one hydrogen. So that means this electrophile is added to that unsymmetrical, that double bonded carbon having more number of hydrogens. That means hydrogen added to more number of hydrogens. Hydrogen added to more number of hydrogens. That means rich becomes rich. More hydrogens are there. Their hydrogen once again going out, going to attack. That is nothing but rich becomes rich. That is electrophile is added to that double bonded carbon having more number of hydrogens. Okay, that is given by more number of observations by, that is Markovnikov, and that is this rule is called as Markovnikov rule. As per that, electrophile added to that double bonded carbon having more number of hydrogen is the more predominant product. More predominant product. Now tell me answer, boys. Among these two products, among these two, which is more predominant, which is less predominant, which is major product, which is minor product? Tell me your answer. It is one. It is two only. Which is major, which is minor? Yes, one and one is major, two is minor and two is minor. Therefore, this is major product. This is minor product. Major product, minor product. Okay. So, is there any doubt? When it is happen, unsymmetrical alkene reacts with unsymmetrical reagent. Markovnikov rule follow. The product follows Markovnikov rule. What is that Markovnikov rule? An unsymmetrical reagent attacked to unsymmetrical alkene, electrophile, positively charged one, electrophile added to that double bonded carbon having more hydrogens. That is rich becomes rich. Hydrogen H plus added to more hydrogen sided. That is rich becomes rich. Sitjev rule, elimination follows. Poor becomes poor. Hydrogen is eliminated from less hydrogen carbon. Hydrogen is added to more carbon, more hydrogen carbon. So it is exactly reverse case. Sitjev rule, elimination conditions. Markovnikov rule, addition conditions. Addition conditions. Okay, is there any doubt? Mechanism, all those we will discuss, boys. All those we will discuss. Okay. So hydrogen or electrophile added to that double bonded carbon having more hydrogens. having more hydrogen. That is the Markovnikov rule. So later we will discuss the mechanism, all those continuous manner. Okay, next, see here, boys. CH3, CH double bond CH2. Br2, sorry, HBr, HBr, here HBr in the presence of a peroxide. It is a peroxide, boys. HBr in the presence of peroxide without peroxide addition. Now here Markovnikov rule is applicable. It is unsymmetrical reagent, unsymmetrical alkene. Apply Markovnikov rule. What is the major product? That is CH3, CH, CH2. Here, boys. Here, what we are going to add? Hydrogen or bromine? Tell me. Here, what we are going to add? Hydrogen or bromine? Yes, it is bromine. Here, hydrogen. Therefore, it is hydrogen. It is Br. 2-bromo is the final product as per Markovnikov. That is why this is called as Markovnikov's product. That is Markovnikov's product, boys. But in the presence of peroxide, reverse is the major product. Please be conscious. In the presence of peroxide, O2. Next, RCO twice O2. Like this, boys. So these are all peroxides, boys. So in the presence of peroxides, reverse to Markovnikov product is measured. Reverse to Markovnikov product is measured. Now, here the major product is CH3, CH, CH2. Here hydrogen, hydrogen, boys. So here hydrogen, here bromine is the major product. It is measured. In this case, it is measured. It is a Markovnikov product. It is opposite to Markovnikov product. It is opposite to Markovnikov product. That is why it is called as anti-Markovnikov's product. That is why it is called as anti-Markovnikov's product. It is Markovnikov products. It is possible in the presence of peroxide. This effect is called as peroxide effect. Or which is also called as Kharash effect, or which is also called as anti-Markovnikov's rule. So in the presence of peroxide, opposite to Markovnikov is the major product. If no peroxide is there, Markovnikov rule applied. In the presence of peroxide, reverse to Markovnikov is the final answer. Reverse. It is applicable only for HBr, boys. Anti-Markovnikov rule is applicable only for HBr, not for HCl, not for HI. So later we will explain, boys. Please keep in mind. Is there any doubts? Boys, is there any doubts? Okay, boys. Based on these topics, we will discuss tomorrow some different properties towards this alkene set. So if you know Markovnikov addition and anti-Markovnikov addition, so remaining topics are very, very easy. Okay. So right now I'm stopping this concept here. So tomorrow we will meet. Thank you, boys. Thanks a lot.